Hello everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another rolling stock review. Today we will be looking at a Brawa HO scale Tdgs-z930 2-bay covered hopper and a DB cargo traffic red scheme that I have had in my collection for a little while now. I am still working through my backlog of cars and locomotives, so I'll have videos to come for a while yet. That being said, let's move on to the unboxing. Alright, taking a look at the box here, we have the car sitting in this nice sturdy jewel case, which Brawa sends all of their rolling stock in. On the front here, ghosted in, we have the Brawa logo. And we can see our car through the front here. On the bottom and top, we have the Brawa logo as well. Then on the left side here, we have the product ID, which is 49558. This is an Era 5 car. It is a Tdgs-z930 covered hopper in the DB cargo scheme. Road number 21800742974-7. And looking at the right side of the box, we also see the same information. And then on the back of the box, we have the product barcode, a little bit of information about Brawa as a manufacturer, a warning about age restriction, and contact information for the manufacturer. And now, to open up the box, I will have to cut the tape on the top and bottom. And now, come on. There we go. It vacuum sealed itself a bit. We have the car sitting in this two-piece plastic cradle with a clear front. The car is also wrapped in this softer plastic to help protect the paint. And let's take a look underneath here. Underneath the cradle, we have this baggie of detail parts, including coupling hooks, brake lines, as well as the couplers for the car. And we also have included a diagram of the car, instructions for the putting in the extra parts, an exploded diagram, and finally a list of spare parts on the back, as well as instructions on where to get them. And next, we will move on to the assembly portion of the video, where I will add the detail parts. Alright, to start with the assembly of the detail parts, I'm going to start with the rear of the car with the coupling hook. There we go, that's the coupling hook in. And then right below that, in the NEM shaft, I'm going to put in the KD number 18 coupler. I'm not going to use the manufacturer provided couplers. There we go. Unfortunately, due to the spacing of the KD coupler, I'm not going to have the room to apply the brake lines. Due to the fact that they would interfere with the coupler right here, as the brake line would go right in that spot there. Now for the front of the car. Here I have the other coupling hook. Apply a touch of glue. And there we go. That's the coupling hook in. And now for the coupler. And there we go. And again, unfortunately, due to the sizing of the actual coupler, I can't put in the brake line detailing, as it would be interfering with the coupler and would eventually break off. And next, we will move on to the rip track segment. Welcome to the rip track segment. Here, I'm going to verify that the axles are engaged and make sure that the couplers are at proper height. Starting with the axles, the rear is good, as is the front, as per NMRA standards gauge. And now, to check the coupler height, starting with the front coupler, we are at proper height. And the rear coupler is also at proper height. And next, we will move on to a detailed overview of the car. Now that it is fully assembled. Okay, starting at the front of the car here, we have our buffers, which are separately fitted. Then just behind the coupler here, we have the coupling hook that I installed. Then, going up the left-hand side here, we have a ladder going up to the top, as well as detailing for the movable roof covering, showing us piston detailing. Moving onto the side here, we have the DB Cargo logo, and beneath that we have our capacity information, which is all nice and legible. We have our riveting detail along the frame. Here we have the road number, this being 21800742974-7. It is a Tdgs-z930 type car, which is legible along the side here, despite how small it is actually painted on, though I'm struggling to get a clear shot of it. We have our lever detailing for the chutes here, as well as more information about the car itself. We have the chute detailing along the bottom side here, including the levers for the guides of the chutes. The axles have some basic suspension and brake detailing on both the front and rear axle. And then here towards the back of the car, we have two separately fitted levers which have a lever control bar that goes to the two chutes. Now looking at the back of the car, we again have our buffers, our coupling hook here. We have this wheel which would be used for moving the roof cover side to side on the prototype, as well as the piston detail and lever detailing for that. We have our molded on walkway, which on the prototype would be metal, and our ladder going towards the roof. And then on this side we also have we have levers on both sides for the chutes. Then looking at the remaining side, we see much of the same detailing as its opposite. And then looking at the top, sliding over the roof cover, we can take a look inside the car, but there is very little detailing other than the angled division here, as well as two supports for the roof, one on each side. And looking at the bottom of the car, we have some nice underside detailing, including the frame. We have our air tank here for the brakes. We have our brake assembly here as well, which is all quite nicely detailed on. And with the black color, it stands out from the rest of the car. And next, we will take the car over to the track for a test run. Alright everyone, this concludes my review of the Brawa HO scale Tdgs-z930 two-bay covered hopper in the DB cargo scheme. All in all, it is a very beautiful car, very nicely detailed, especially the underside detailing was very well done, as well as having that sliding roof that you could actually position was very nice. This will allow for a more realistic appearance on a layout if you have it at a loading station, as you can actually open up the roof of the car. I am somewhat disappointed that I wasn't able to fit all the detail parts, however, though that is not a fault on the manufacturer, but rather on my own choice to use KD couplers, which prevented me from attaching all the detail parts due to how the couplers themselves are built. But overall, the car ran very smoothly, it coupled up nicely. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day, everybody!